country, then it is left to the states to determine what they want to do. Because states in this country and under our Constitution are sovereign. Does anyone know what it means to be a sovereign state? It governs itself, right? The federal, I mean, that's kind of what the whole war for independence and all, that's kind of what it was about. We don't want to be governed by a king. We want to govern ourselves. We don't want too much government involved in our lives. We want to govern ourselves, right? So that's kind of where we are. We've got these issues that we are dealing with, and one of them is impeachment. So did the president carry out the law that we shall not obstruct justice? What do you think? Just give me a yes or a no. Did he? Did he obstruct justice?
Did he obstruct? Yes, he did.
How did he obstruct justice? What evidence do you have to support that position, that he obstructed justice?
I have no evidence. I'm just saying that because I believe in it.
Why do you believe in it? Something must have come across your desk that allows you to believe in that. And that's a valid belief, but you can't just tell me. You have to tell me why you believe in it.
I just think he's way too close with Russia for no reason.
Okay, so that's speculative, and that's not really factual.
Yeah.
Give me an example of that.
I can't come up with an example. I actually suck at this.
No, you're fine, and I think you need to work on it, right? So why is the president close with Russia? Can you give me an example of his closeness with Russia? What did he do with Russia that would make him close?
Something about him. I think something about him disclosing files to them, or disclosing information to them.
Okay, he did do that. In fact, that was actually. But what about he's close with Russia because he had the Miss Universe pageant there, right?
That's just an excuse.
But no, he runs the Miss Universe pageant. Donald Trump is the Miss Universe pageant. He had the Miss Universe pageant there, and Russia is part of our universe. So why shouldn't it be there, right? And what else did he do in Russia, or want to do in Russia?
Build a Trump Tower.
Yeah, build a Trump Tower, right? So he's got a relationship with them for a couple of reasons. One is because he ran that universe there, and the second is because he wanted to build a Trump Tower there. Now, did he build a Trump Tower? No. Did he get money from Russia? No, we don't know. How do we not know? Why do we not know?
They won't tell us.
Because they won't disclose his tax return. So we don't know where his income has come from, right? So in an argument, if you were to say, yes, he obstructed justice because he is in a relationship with Russia, and you were to say these are the two instances of a relationship, however, can that be confirmed?
No.
No, because we don't have proper evidence to support your position, right?
Okay, but doesn't the fact that he won't even disclose it inherently obstruct justice?
No, because he's not required to disclose his taxes. Presidents do it, and they've done it on their own for a long time, but they're not required to. And let's face it, Donald Trump, whatever you think about him, is very much his own person. He decides what is going to fly and what is not going to fly. And he will kick and scream until people stop thinking about it. That's part of his MO, right?
Yeah.
So whatever you think about him, he is a very smart man. The smartest man in the world. I think Mr. David and I might disagree on this.
Well, no, I don't consider him to be the smartest man in the world either.
He's not the genius I think he says he is, but I don't really have any.
I don't think he's like the smartest guy in New York.
Is that one of the things?
Huh?
Is that one of the things he says? He's the smartest guy in New York.
No. It's a reference to how he came from New York and he had a small loan of $1 million and he started everything there. But then he said now he's like this big brain of New York, but it's just like no.
Yeah. So we have to determine whether or not Donald Trump obstructed justice. Now, how do they think he obstructed justice again?
Was I right?
Not really, because the Mueller report said we could not find evidence of collusion.
Oh, okay.
So if there's no evidence of collusion with Russia, and collusion, by the way, isn't even a legal term, right? It would be conspiracy to commit a crime with Russia. Did you have your hand up? I'm sorry, Daisy. No? So collusion is not even a real thing. It would be conspiracy to commit a crime with Russia. And that's why Robert Mueller couldn't find any proof. There's no proof that Donald Trump conspired, got together with Putin and said, hey, Do you want to obstruct justice? If you want to commit a crime, there's no proof of that. And so there is no evidence to support conspiracy to commit a crime. Okay?
Real quick question. Anybody familiar with the courtroom setting? As far as
Kind of what you got here.
Which court?
well, just as courtrooms and settings in general, as far as
Oh, like
you
you
have
got a
two,
speeding ticket?
you have two sides, right?
Yeah.
No, as far as not as far as like the speeding ticket, but you have two sides, right?
Yeah.
You have two attorneys.
Oh yeah, I know that.
What are the two different attorneys?
What do you mean, who are the two?
Well, for the one that is going to defend,
In a criminal
the
case.
oh, well, there's the one that defends like whoever's getting accused, and then the other one that doesn't. Wait, so there's the attorney for the defendant, and the defendant's the one that's being accused of whatever crime, and then the other one, don't know the name, is the one that's trying to, and then the other one's attorney
finish
for
that sentence. It's the other one that's trying to.
accuse, persecute.
Yes.
Oh, so that's close. Prosecutor, so persecute, prosecutor.
shoot,
That's not the same word, but
Yeah.
close enough.
Yeah, it's not the same one.
So they're trying to do it. They're trying to prove that he's
Guilty.
correct. And so the Robert Mueller, he is the
Not the
Prosecutor.
defense attorney.
he's the prosecutor. So
Prosecutor.
his job is to find him,
Guilty.
not to find him not guilty, to find him
Guilty.
guilty.
Uh-huh.
And so that's where, as far as with Ms. Jackie saying that there wasn't any evidence, or he couldn't find any evidence for that, so he had to say that.
Right. So there is no evidence of conspiracy to commit a crime between President Donald Trump and Putin or people in Russia. But where do they believe that he did commit a crime? And Robert Mueller alludes to this in his report, but he doesn't actually charge him. And there's a reason he didn't charge him. But where does he believe a crime was committed? You said it earlier. Starts with an O. Obstruction of justice, right? So they do believe that he committed a crime by obstructing justice. How did he obstruct justice, according to them? How did he, instead of carrying out the law, he tried to obstruct, he tried to stop it?
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that he tried to interfere with the whole abortion thing.
With the whole what?
Abortion thing?
No, not really.
Okay.
William?
Is it